Ladies and gentlemen, as has been highlighted by the Honourable Prime Minister, he's issued a statement in respect of the measures that will be taken, and of course Dr. Elisha has also clarified specifically and given the details regarding issues such as self-quarantine and what that means. There's obviously some implications for the businesses in Lautoka area, and we wanted to be able to be here to answer any questions that you may have in respect of that, and just essentially to highlight what it means for the people living in Lautoka and the ability, for example, to access services and various other essential items of life. As the Honourable Prime Minister has highlighted, and just to reiterate, that the measures that are being taken, in fact, is to ring-fence Lautoka, and he's identified the parameters of the confined area. But he's also said that there won't be any movement in and out of the confined area. However, banks, supermarkets, pharmacies and other essential businesses, which actually include air and rescue services, air traffic control services, civil aviation, telecommunication services, food and sanitary manufacturing plants, which of course there are food manufacturing plants in the Lautoka area. For example, Punja and Sons makes flour from wheat, and they'll be allowed to operate, of course, because it's a food plant. Electrical services, emergency services, fire services, health and hospital services, lighthouse services, meteorological services, mining services, sanitary services, which includes, of course, garbage collection, water and sewage services. All of that will continue. The people who work in those organizations can actually go to work as long as they live within the confined area of Lautoka. If they do not live in the confined area of Lautoka, if, for example, I work for Water Authority of Fiji in the Lautoka plant, it's within the confined area, but I live in Nandi and I travel every day to work, I can no longer go to Lautoka. I should therefore, as announced by the Honourable Prime Minister, I report to Water Authority of Fiji, Nandi branch. There are, of course, not all companies that operate in Lautoka have branches outside Lautoka. In that case, as advised by the Honourable Prime Minister, please stay at home, get in touch with the employer, and the Fijian government also will be making further announcements in respect of that as to how those staff that actually need to stay home, how will their absence from work be treated. As you know, that a number of countries in the world have put in place a number of initiatives in respect of that. So, for example, in some countries, people have been asked to take annual leave. They may have some annual leave due to them, so they continue to get paid. In some countries, they have, of course, given them various other incentives by government. Some, of course, have been very generous in the fact that they've paid salaries for various workers. We, of course, will need to put in place our own measures. There are various protections under the Employment Relations Act and various other mechanisms through which we can ensure that people will continue to get access to finance, in particular those people who are employed. We are also currently talking to the Fiji National Provident Fund in respect of how members can access funds and how much they can access. This is work in progress, and we'll be making announcements in that respect. As announced also by the Honourable Prime Minister regarding the movement of, for example, food that's sold in the markets. As you know, that most markets in Fiji, the urban centers, the foods actually aren't grown in those areas, but they come from outside the districts from those areas. So, for example, in Lautoka, you could have food produce coming from, all the way from Singatoka Valley, from Ba and various other places. So AMA will step in. They'll be at the border, so to speak, to allow for the free flow of these produce to come into the Lautoka area. And in fact, in order to assist, AMA has also made the announcement, or will be giving further details in respect of that. But we've spoken to the Minister of Agriculture, where they'll be able to facilitate the purchase of these produce and then on-sold or directly sold to the consumers, or on-sold to those vendors who actually act as market vendors and who can then sell to members of the public. So we've thought of all these contingencies. So there's absolutely, as the Honourable Prime Minister said, there's no need to panic. The fuel suppliers are there, the food suppliers are there. At this point in time, we simply need to ensure that we keep the risk areas, in this particular case is the Lautoka area, confined to the 14 days, And as he announced, we'll be making those further announcements after the review. In respect to the rest of Fiji, again, as highlighted, people can still go to work, people still can operate their businesses. There has been, for example, however, an announcement made that you cannot be gathering of 20 people or more, but this does not apply to workplaces. It only applies to social gatherings, including religious gatherings, because this is when people come into close contact. So, for example, if you go to a gym, people share the same chair or the same gym equipment. There's the ability to pass on the mucus, etc., that that the doctor actually highlighted. So those close, contact type of places, we are saying that they need to all be shut down. However, it does not mean you cannot go and kick a rugby ball or kick a football. That is all allowed, but more than 20 people in that type of activity is not allowed. Similarly, for example, in a church or a mosque or a temple, more than 20 people is not allowed. And this again, however, does not mean that at your workplace, the garment factories, your workplaces, those of you who work in various organizations, you can continue to go to work. And of course, if the matter escalates, then various measures will be announced in that respect.